Hello everyone, we welcome you to the Voices of India's Energy Leaders powered by Energetica India magazine. And today we have with us Ms. Radhika Chaudhary, co-founder Freer Energy. Hello ma'am, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing, Ava? Thanks for having me today.
No problem ma'am. So ma'am, starting off with our conversation. So Freer Energy is in the industry for 10 years. So what motivated you to enter into this industry and how is it going?
So it's 12 years this year, actually. 2014 is when we started. So the motivation was fairly straightforward. So I've been in the sector long before starting Freya, and I moved from the US. So there I saw a lot of small scale solar taking off early on. And
Okay.
when I moved to India, I worked in the wind energy segment and then the solar. So it's the initial phase. So in 2014, the biggest problem statement was that people were not aware, and there was no big brand that was available for a customer to say if they want to do solar. So I think that was a problem statement where we are trying to make solar available, accessible, and for a customer to make the decision to go solar should be very simple, and they should understand the journey. It should be simplified. So that was the main thing, and we wanted to democratize solar for all, for homes and businesses. So in 2014 was the inflection point where the, the market was slightly going forward, and there was a huge opportunity for distributed solar. So I think that is when we decided to start Freer Energy. So Saurabh Marda is my co-founder. So he and I kind of started Freer together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how has these 10 years shaped your leadership strategy?
So I think, of course, it's an interesting learning curve. I think the first few years, as leaders, we are constantly doubting yourself. It's like, if you act in the first film versus second versus third, the confidence levels keep going up, and you know the drill, you know the pitfalls where you could make mistakes. So I think I learned it. This is my first ever. So I don't come from a family where there are other startups. So it was like my first experience to boldly decide to do this. And so the leadership style has always been a little bit more empathetic. So I'm not like a very loud kind of a person.
Okay.
So it kind of works, balances things out. So I feel I keep a lot of stakeholders in mind before going forward with decision making. I like to hear people's voices and opinions before we make any decisions. So I think over the years, I would say from being less confident to very confident. I think that is what has happened in the last 12 years in my leadership style, where now today, so because the biggest challenges for leadership is the leaders are not making decisions. I think that is a biggest learning. So for me, I think you have to make a decision and then make it right.
Yes.
So not making a decision will not make it go forward, the process, people's, any project that has to go forward. So I think the decision making is a very important skill. So I think we've developed the ability to make faster decisions, quicker decisions, and making the right decisions over the period. So yeah.
So what were the most common challenges that you faced initially, like building the team, the type of talent pool you were looking for?
So I think initially the challenges are of course twofold. One is internally how I build the organization, and second, what are the challenges on the ground. So because inherently we always believe that you need to pick people from the sector. I'm not sure what is your background before you joined Energetica, but I think intent and capability is more important. The knowledge can be acquired, right? It's quite straightforward. The passion will automatically come, the interest will come if you're giving back. So I think early on the challenges were to make sure we have the right leadership team members in the company, which was hard because as a startup it's very difficult to attract talent. Definitely 12 years back it was even more harder, and today it's a lot different. And even back then the initial challenges were people, process, making sure that the market dynamics were also a little different. So customer awareness was very low, and I think we were trying to do a lot of product development work. So that was also new for Freya. So technology disruptions hadn't happened. So we were learning on the go. So I think those were the challenges as to what is the right technology, what is the tech stack we use. That time it was Android and Apple phones, and then you're trying to do it for mobile versions of laptop. Lot of different things. Now it's all unified, it's uniform, it's a lot more faster, better. way to use technology. But initial challenges were more around how do you build the right technology in place, how do you reach the customers, how do you engage with them, how do you give them a uniform customer journey. So I think end objective is that no matter you're in my neighborhood in Hyderabad or you're in Nagpur, Aurangabad, it shouldn't matter. Your journey should be the same. Very similar to like how if you had come to Hyderabad and you boarded a Uber versus you're in your home in Gurgaon and boarding an Uber, your experience is more or less the same. And if a customer in Gurgaon and Ahmedabad are all having uniform customer experience expectations, I think that is what we want to bring to the solar journey, where a customer is able to. So I think a lot of those things we were working on in the initial periods, and I think we had a lot of challenges. Yeah, I mean, I think the state we were, the taxation changed. It was CST and VAT. Maybe it was before your time, but taxation by state was very different. Then GST came into place. So a lot of good things have happened, but there were changes, right? So the minute there is a change, today we have PM Surya Ghar. To implement it is one aspect. Let's say tomorrow there are changes to the PM Surya Ghar. Making those changes will again make a lot of implications to the thing. So I think those were the things we were kind of maneuvering. We did a lot of government projects. We did rural project, village electrifications, which were again first time in India. We've electrified more than 100 villages today, and these are tribals that never had power, right? So giving them access to energy is something that was very difficult task because they were extremely rural. There were no roads. There was no way to carry the material. We had to take a lot of the material by foot. So a lot of those challenges on execution front we faced. So, but it's given us a fantastic, strong foundation to who we are today.
Okay. तो ऐसा कोई एक सिचुएशन जिसमें आपको लगा हो कि अब नहीं होगा, बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है, यूएस में तो अगर होती तो हो जाता, लेकिन अब कैसे करूं, ऐसा कोई सिचुएशन?
बहुत बार आती है ऐसी सिचुएशन, तो हर रोज आते हैं. एज लीडर्स वही बताते हैं ना कि इफ यू न्यू द जर्नी, वुड यू अगेन चूज द पाथ? No entrepreneur will say yes I will do it, right? It's a fantastic feeling, but hardships तो बहुत थे. कोविड के टाइम पे तो हालत बहुत ख़राब थी, एंड एनर्जी सेक्टर वाज अ एसेंशियल कैटेगरी सेक्टर. तो हम ऑफिस तो ओपन था, बट गवर्नमेंट प्रोजेक्ट्स करते थे, तो पूरे प्रोजेक्ट्स वो फोर्स मेजर क्लॉज में आता है, तो एवरीथिंग वाज हॉल्टेड. My people were falling sick, vendors were not able to support, transportation was not working. Even though I want to pursue, borders were closed, so I couldn't take material, I couldn't deploy material, human capital was limitedly available, a lot of uncertainty. So I think those were the times where you as leaders are very close to saying abhi to nahi hoga bas, right? And I think that was also a pivotal moment for Freya. We changed our entire business plan, business model. Even the people strategy had changed. So COVID, in a way, in hindsight, it worked out for the right things and the right direction. But during that moment, those 1 year period of transition was one of the hardest, I would say. And there were several other challenges, but that period was definitely very, very hard.
Okay. So as compared to your male counterparts, how difficult it was as a women entrepreneur to enter this sector? Because still there is a major gap in this industry that I could feel.
Yeah, we saw the speakers list. There were
Yes.
hardly 2 faces or 3 faces, 3 women on the speaker
Yes.
list. I would still never look at it as gender. I have always strongly objected that I don't see myself different from any other leader or a person in a room. It all matters what you're bringing to the table, end of the day. I think it is important to show up, do the right things. The value is created and people do respect you, and I didn't find any hardships, honestly. If at all, it has always worked in favor.
Okay.
Because when you're working with several stakeholders, be it the banks, the government, the investors, they are actually very happy to work with women. And I think this sector, even in my office, at leadership level, even in my organization, about 20-25% workforce is women. And it was not planned. It was just, I am very neutral when hiring happens, depending on who is fitting into the role. And it's always worked out that way. And, I think women lead, team members are excellent, leaders are great. It's a great sector. This is the sunshine sector. And I would constantly believe that women should take it up, because historically for the last 20 years, technology is the only way people feel like that's a safe space to be. There are a lot of women in that sector. Even there, I'm sure they're minority, right? There's no way. But in the renewables, in the infra business space, you are only probably maybe 10-15% would be the max, like women that exist in this workforce. But there's a lot of potential, and I think, again, I don't see that as a reason for any roadblocks or challenges. So, yeah.
Okay. So if we talk about when you started Free Energy, what were the two major issues that you saw in the solar rooftop energy sector, and do you think they still exist, or are they resolving now?
Definitely resolved now. So
Okay.
the couple of things. One is rooftop sector as a EPC player did not fall under any category for a bank to lend you loans, right? Because there is no asset. We are not manufacturing anything, nor do I have an asset. So it was a very complicated value proposition even to go to a bank, SBI पे जाओ या you go and try to ask them for loan. It was not very straightforward for them to understand कि ये drop down में कौन से category में आप आते हो. So I think that was a learning for us. We had to educate, we had to constantly engage with a lot of bank people to kind of help us get the first 1 crore debt line, which kind of fueled our business. So I think that was आज के डेट में तो वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. Banks are coming forward to give loans to businesses also, not about end customer. मैं बता रही हूँ जो business शुरू करना चाह रहे हैं उनके लिए. I think back then it was some CGTMES scheme which was like a 1 crore, up to 1 crore. Now it is up to 2 crores. So if businesses are interested to start, that hurdle is definitely come down if you're able to give enough data and support your business. The second challenge I would say is the end consumer, right? आज के दिन क्यों इतने लोग सोलार ले रहे हैं और उस दिन क्यों नहीं लिया? उस दिन भी there was a business case. सेम पे बैक पीरियड भी था, मतलब 4 से 5 साल के नीचे ही था. आज के दिन में 3 से 4 साल में पे बैक हो रहा है कस्टमर के लिए. बट तब क्यों नहीं इतना टेक ऑफ हुआ, राइट? देयर वाज सब्सिडी फ्रॉम सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो, राइट? इट मे बी scattered, some states had it, some states did not have it. But why did it not take off, right? The biggest challenge is the financing was not available. So the financing for us was one aspect on the business front, and the consumer financing was another aspect, which is today I would say definitely available. पहले जैसे पार परचेज एग्रीमेंट्स के लिए, IPP प्लेस के लिए बहुत होता था फाइनेंसिंग. Now it is shifted. The gears have shifted. Rooftop solar is now very central, and PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana is taken off, and more than 25 lakh homes have been solarized under that scheme.
Yes.
And I think Gujarat is a big leader, so it's been great. So I think the end consumer financing was a big challenge, and it makes a difference. So now we are seeing the offtake excessively high now that the financing challenge is solved for the customer.
So do you think there are still some barriers which could be resolved, or any new policies which could be introduced still to inform people more about solar energy and rooftop?
So I think the biggest influences that can happen with people will be the government and the press and the news. I mean, whatever podcast we are doing today is also to build that awareness, not just, I think you guys have presence globally, so that impact is definitely there. So the whole objective is that how can you spread the word? How can you make it like, ghar hai to you have fan, TV, refrigerator, solar. So it should become that kind of a commoditized product where nobody is saying कि इसका payback क्या है, इसका panel कहाँ से आ रहा है. It shouldn't be a conversation like that, right? So I think eventually that is where the future will be, and we will reach there. Yeah.
ओके. सो जब लोग अपने रूफटॉप्स पे सोलर इंस्टॉल करवाते हैं तो उन्हें बोला जाता है कि 24 ईयर्स की वारंटी है, 15 ईयर्स की वारंटी है. तो इज़ इट पॉसिबल कि 25 ईयर्स की वारंटी है एंड वो इतना चलता है इंडस्ट्री में?
So the panels come with it. 30 years चल रहा है.
अच्छा.
So we are surrounded by panel manufacturers. Okay. So the panel definitely comes with something called generation warranty. Okay, it's not product warranty, it's generation. मतलब it should generate until 30 years.
Yes.
With a certain degradation that is also clearly explained to us. What it means is, yes, it's like a car. अगर आप गाड़ी खरीदते हैं और बोलता है कि 1 लाख किलोमीटर्स तक चलेगा, डजेंट मीन कि कुछ पार्ट चेंज नहीं करना पड़ता है ना. इंजन चलता होगा 1 लाख के लिए, बट टायर्स बदलना होता है, फिल्टर, ऑयल फिल्टर, सब कुछ चेंज करना होता है. कभी कभी क्लच पैड्स बदलने होते हैं, ब्रेक पैड्स बदलने होते हैं. आपके यूसेज के हिसाब से थोड़े कुछ और डैमेजेस हो सकते हैं, लाइक बम्पर खराब हो गया, कुछ और हो गया. सो आई थिंक दैट इज वेयर द अवेयरनेस शुड कम टू कस्टमर्स. 30 years मतलब कुछ नहीं करोगे तो 30 साल थोड़ी वो चलेगा.
हाँ.
You have to ensure the balance of system is properly designed, which is again where we are trying to educate. मतलब आम आदमी को ये समझ में आना चाहिए कि पैनल अगर सोना है और सोना जाके आप कुछ कचरे के ऊपर लगा रहे हो तो कुछ नहीं होने वाला है वो पैनल का. इफ द केबल्स आर कॉम्प्रोमाइज, if the foundation for structure is compromised, if it's not withstanding the wind speeds, safety is compromised, then you're not getting the right units of electricity. So it is again very important that you're giving a holistic solution to the customer, keeping in mind that it's a long term asset. तो वो discount mentality से बाहर आना चाहिए. You have to focus on quality and service.
एंड व्हाट इफ अगर कोई वेदर कंडीशन है, हेल से वो खराब हो जाता है, इंस्टॉलेशन उड़ जाते हैं, आंधी होती है, तो उस केस में कस्टमर्स की क्या सिचुएशन रहती है और वो किस चीज़ की डिमांड करते हैं मोस्टली?
सो ये अच्छे क्वेश्चंस है. सो व्हेन सोलर पैनल्स मैन्युफैक्चर होता है तब भी टेस्ट होता है ये. वी इंस्टॉल देम इन डेजर्ट्स, इन ओपन लैंड, सो दे शुड विथस्टैंड ऑल वेदर कंडीशंस ना. तो ऐसे नहीं कि कुछ खराब हो जाएगा, थोड़ा लगेगा. हाँ, अगर कोई इंटेंशनली कुछ क्रिकेट बॉल आके कॉर्क बॉल गिर गया, बाजू बच्चे खेल रहे हैं, या कोई आके सच्ची में उसको मार के गया, खेल रहा है तो लग गया, टेरेस के ऊपर है, अगेन लोकल प्लेयर्स विल नॉट ऑफर इट मोस्ट लाइकली. वी ऑफर ऑल सिस्टम्स के साथ हम इंश्योरेंस देते हैं.
अच्छा.
तो अगर कुछ होता है तो 100% वी मेक श्योर दैट इंश्योरेंस इज टेकन केयर एंड वो कंपोनेंट को हम रिप्लेस कर देते हैं. सो इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट. स्मॉल थिंग्स विल टेक यू अ लॉन्ग वे. एंड वी बिलीव दैट अगर 30 साल के लिए कोई प्रोडक्ट, अभी गाड़ी का इंश्योरेंस आप सोच भी नहीं सकते हो कि आप रोड पे लेकर जाओगे विदाउट इंश्योरेंस. जैसे जैसे वो हफ्ता में अभी डेडलाइन आ रहा है, मुझे इंश्योरेंस रिन्यू करना है, you do it, right? Same thing with solar. It also should be protected like an asset. It also should be considered like a vehicle or any other asset you're having, and plan for insurance for the product. Otherwise, they're pressure tested. They usually should not break down for hail.
Okay. So how do you build that trust with the customers? वो बोलते होंगे कि नहीं, ऐसे आप तो ऐसे बोल रहे हो क्योंकि आपको लगाना ही है.
हाँ.
तो वो ट्रस्ट कैसे बिल्ड हो पाता है? उन्हें क्वालिटी के बारे में कैसे समझा सकते हैं और उन्हें विश्वास दिलाया जा सकता है कि जो आप चीज़ ले रहे हो वो आपको चलेगी और आपका पैसा वापस आएगा जो आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो?
सो 2-3 चीज़ें अगेन यहाँ पे हम कैसे करते हैं, राइट? सबको दिखता है कि पैनल तो वही लगा रहे हैं, आप वही सिस्टम दे रहे हो, बट हमारा जो फ्रेयर एनर्जी ऐप है वो कस्टमर को क्लियरली दिखाता है कि जनरेशन कैसा है, आज के दिन, कल के दिन, लास्ट मंथ, एंड उनको इन्फॉर्मेशन आता है, बॉस इट्स टाइम टू मेंटेन द सिस्टम. आप वहाँ से सर्विस टिकट भी रेज कर सकते हो. तो इट्स अ वेरी सीमलेस प्रोसेस, राइट? एक चीज़ है ट्रांसपेरेंटली मैं उनको डेटा दे रही हूँ. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं बस लॉगिन आपको दे दी और चले गए. दैट इज व्हाट अदर वेंडर्स विल डू, कि इन्वर्टर का लॉगिन पासवर्ड पकड़ा देते हैं और कस्टमर को देखना पड़ता है. कस्टमर को वो फिर से वो एडिशनल काम हो जाता है ना, कि अगर भूल गए 1 महीना देखना तो वो जनरेशन कुछ रिपेयर है तो उनको बिजली का बिल जब ज़्यादा आएगा ना तब पता चलेगा कि चला नहीं. सो हमारे पास वो ट्रिगर्स है. सो वी एंश्योर दैट सिस्टम इज़ नॉट डाउन, वी विल प्रोएक्टिवली टेक केयर.
ओके.
सेकेंडली, जैसे आपने पूछा कि जब खरीदने के टाइम हाउ डू यू अश्योर देम, राइट? सो द वन अदर थिंग जो हम देते हैं, बिगेस्ट चैलेंज टुडे एक ही है, मेंटेनेंस फॉर सोलर इज क्लीनिंग द पैनल्स.
यस.
वो ना अभी हम Tier 2 Tier 3 टाउन्स में बेचते हैं. जो ओनर्स हैं ये सोलर सिस्टम के बड़े लोग होते हैं, वो टेरेस पे जाके हफ्ते में 2 बार क्लीन करने के लिए मुश्किल होता है. तो वी हैव गिवन ऑटोमेटिक स्प्रिंकलर सिस्टम, क्लीनिंग सिस्टम. सो इट इज़ द फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड वेयर हर सोलर सिस्टम के साथ हम वो डिफ़ॉल्ट दे रहे हैं. सो दैट्स अ बिग एडवांटेज टू कस्टमर्स, मोर देन इंश्योरेंस. दिस इज़ विजुअल. आई डोंट हैव टू गो अप एंड क्लीन. इट्स लाइक गार्डन में जो अब पानी का स्प्रिंकलर सिस्टम होता है, शाम के 6 बजे ऑन हो जाओ. हियर ऑल्सो वी डू प्रोग्रामिंग थ्रू ऑनलाइन कि सुबह के 7 बजे या 6 बजे ऑन हो जाओ, 5-10 मिनट में बंद हो जाता है. तो दैट इज़ अ बिग एडवांटेज टुडे. एक चीज़ है, कस्टमर को क्लीन करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Second, our systems are giving you more generation because of that one solution, because now panels are clean, so they're generating more units of electricity. The second thing is we give insurance. The third thing is we provide financing and seamless prepayment plans. सब कुछ very simplified है. I have my network की अगर सर्विस चाहिए वो भी है. Other thing, Freyr is again we are the only company in the country to have experience centers, which is today like आप सोच भी नहीं सकते हो कि गाड़ी खरीदूंगी जिसका शोरूम नहीं है. सोच भी नहीं सकते. बट नाउ वी हैव बॉट सोलर सिस्टम्स विदाउट नोइंग कि ये कंपनी कहाँ है, इनका अगर कुछ मेरा सिस्टम के साथ प्रॉब्लम है, व्हाट डू आई डू? So first we've done the digital disruption, मतलब ऐप के थ्रू we have connected with customers. Now the second phase is, अगर आप औरंगाबाद में हैं या इंदौर भोपाल में हैं, तो we have our experience centers. It's on the main road. It will be set up like this. आके आप पैनल्स देख सकते हैं, क्या सिस्टम लगता है, वहाँ पे स्टोर मैनेजर है. So you feel confident when you're investing in a product like solar, which is average ticket size is around 1.5 to 2.5 lakhs. सो जब आप इतना खर्च कर रहे हो और फाइनेंसिंग ले रहे हो, तो यू हैव दैट कॉन्फिडेंस दैट ये लोग यहाँ पर है. सो दैट इज अनदर थिंग दैट फ्रेयर इज डूइंग टुडे, कि दैट इज हाउ वी आर बिल्डिंग ट्रस्ट विद आवर कस्टमर्स, वेयर ऐप है, फाइनेंसिंग है, इंश्योरेंस है, क्लीनिंग सिस्टम है, एंड देन एक्सपीरियंस सेंटर है. सो वी आर, बाकी लोगों के पास एक है या दो है या तीन है, बट वी हैव द फुल स्पेक्ट्रम दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड.
So in 10 seconds, if you could summarize, what are the top 2 questions that the customer should ask the installer?
So the first question is, what is your experience, in the sense आपका footfall, मतलब कहाँ कहाँ आप सोलर लगाए हैं. I think I'll tell you why it is important today, because जैसे आपने बोला ये 30 साल चलने की चीज़ है.
हाँ.
अगर आप 2-3 साल पहले शुरू किए हैं, the chances of you staying, because we have seen enough companies that have started and ended in this tenure, कि अगर आपको 30 साल सर्विस चाहिए, राइट? सो दैट इज़ वन क्वेश्चन दे शुड आस्क.
Yes.
एंड दूसरी क्वेश्चन ये है कि आपका मतलब वन इज जोग्राफिकल प्रेजेंस एंड द इंस्टॉलेशन, एंड द सेकंड थिंग, डू यू हैव अ ऐप दैट आई कैन रीच आउट. सेल्स वाला आज एक होगा, दूसरा कोई बदल जाएगा, तो कस्टमर को कैसे कनेक्ट रहेगा, राइट? यू हैव टू एंश्योर दैट यू हैव दैट ट्रांसपेरेंट वे टू कनेक्ट विद द कस्टमर. सो आई थिंक दीज आर द थिंग्स.
So what are the technologies that you are currently looking forward to, or the any upcoming technologies that interest you the most right now?
So I think lots. So that's why we are called Freyer Energy. We are not a solar necessarily. We are a solar company today.
Yes.
हमको काफ़ी कुछ करना है एनर्जी में, होम एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट में. I think Freyer will do solve for solar storage and then smart home management, right? So we are ensuring that we are covering all these three aspects for homes and businesses both.
Yes.
So पहले storage was only for backup, कि
Correct.
मेरा 1 घंटे का बैकअप या 2 घंटे का बैकअप. I think going forward it's already happening. Storage
Yes.
will become a primary supply also.
Correct.
So where you are now saying कि solar भी है, बैटरी भी है. अगर शाम के टाइम पे अगर आपको बैटरी से डिस्चार्ज करना है, आफ्टर द सनलाइट इज डाउन, यू स्टार्ट यूजिंग द बैटरी पावर टू पावर योर होम. सो दैट इज ट्रू ग्रिड इंडिपेंडेंस, and I think that will be the future. So we are doing a lot on storage and creating that platform unified and home energy management, right? पूरा टाइम हम जनरेशन के तरफ देख रहे हैं कि प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट कैसे सोलर ज़्यादा जनरेट करेगा या कैसे हम यूनिट जनरेट करेंगे. I am also solving for your consumption. So today we are also saying that a home today, let's say average is consuming 300 units per month. How can I say 300 units क्यों यूज़ कर रहे हो, कहाँ कहाँ आप ऑप्टिमाइज कर सकते हो. इवन अगर आप 30 यूनिट्स कम कर सकते हो, तो 10% कंजम्पशन कम होगा, आपका बिजली का बिल 300 से 400 रुपये कम होगा. हाउ डू आई डू दैट? आई गिव यू स्मार्ट plugs for your ACs, geezers, where that those are the highest power consumers is your AC and geyser. ऑन करते हैं भूल जाते हैं, AC का भी वो ठंडा हो जाता है, फिर ऑन करते हैं ऑफ करते हैं, तो that is automated today. So we are giving that as a default with our solar solutions, so that your generation also, you're mindful of your consumption patterns.
Correct.
So that is also a very interesting thing we are looking at. So all these things are what Freyer is in the future, and lot more other interesting things we are doing on automated designs for the rooftop. Storage is one thing, home automation is there. We are looking at some other platforms that we can build. अभी आप देखें हैं peer to peer has come, then there is virtual net metering and group
Yes.
net metering policies. So these are all technology plays eventually. मतलब I live in an apartment, I would love to go solar green power, but I don't have a choice. But अगर कल के दिन कोई platform में available होता है कि you install somewhere else, but I'm getting offsetting my entire power, excellent. I would love to sign up for something like that. So I think it will disrupt the market, and जो हम आज के दिन 100-200 gigawatts बोल रहे हैं, that will go tenfold, because once you open up a tenant who doesn't own a house or an apartment person who doesn't have a roof, or anybody who doesn't have even a commercial office space, they don't have rights to the roof.
Yes.
तो ऐसे लोगों का opportunity बढ़ जाता है with virtual net metering, group net metering and peer-to-peer trading. So I think the market is going to be disrupted and very interesting going forward. Yeah.
So as you talked about digital monitoring and right now AI integration is also there. Do you think there is enough talent pool in India to, hire them, or are there still gaps and you feel difficult to hire such people?
AI आ गया तो talent hire करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. But I think every industry is going through that transitioning phase. I think it'll be another 3 to 6 months before I know the real gaps. Right now, we are already educating, we are signing up for AI because very smart decisions are happening today. इन द पास्ट जब कस्टमर के लीड आते थे तो लीड स्कोरिंग बताते थे कि लीड स्कोरिंग किसके हिसाब से, मेरे हिसाब से होता था. नो, नाउ आई एम एबल टू डू प्रिडिक्टिव. मतलब इफ आई गेट 1000 लीड्स और 30,000 लीड्स और 50,000 लीड्स, आई कैन प्रिडिक्ट एंड से हाउ मेनी विल कन्वर्ट, and then I know which leads to focus on. That comes from machine learning, that comes from data analysis, that comes from AI, where it is considering multiple things into consideration jo me and you cannot, looking at information, grasp, right? It could be related to a policy change, it could be related to a manager in the territory who has a history of getting more orders, it could be dependent on the sales manager, the lead source, is it a referral lead or if it. So there are so many elements. So now you put all those things together and you're predicting that what is the certainty when a lead comes. ये 50% certainty है या 90% certainty है to close. If it becomes in the higher category, obviously you will prioritize those, you will engage with the customer better. So those are the interesting things that are coming from AI, and I feel that Freya will definitely be one of the early adopters of it because we've always been technology first company and we've always felt that if there is a smarter way to do things, let's do it the smarter way and you just be more efficient, and because the value is ultimately going to the customer, not necessarily to me. If I'm able to pass the affordability to the customer, that is where I feel the bang for the buck is there, right?
Okay. So if we talk about the company, any new investments, any new partnerships, or any new innovations that you are currently working on or planning on?
So we've raised funding in the past. We have Schneider Electric, we have C4D Partners from Netherlands, we have a few other investors from the US and Indian network that have invested in Freya. So at the moment, we are comfortable with the way things are. Going forward, we may look at raising some money, but right now the intention is to just grow, and I think the momentum is great, and there is no urgent need of money or capital at this point for the current growth way we are doing. Secondly, I think new initiatives, many. So like I said, AI is one where we are going to see how to optimize a few of the things. Where can I speed up the design process for a customer? Can I speed up the installation? Instead of doing it in 1.5 days, how do you make it within few hours? What is the innovation on the curing technologies we can do? What is the innovation on standardizing the structures? What is the innovation on cabling, routing? So there are small things, but that will come a long way if I'm able to do. So innovation is more around process. So every day what we talk about is not solar, it's about a challenge we face and how do you make the turnaround time reduced, right? So those are the things, and I think some of these P2P and platforms that we are going to start looking at will be interesting coming forward. Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to the last segment of our podcast, how do you keep updated on the renewable energy trends and challenges and the things that are going on in the industry?
Your magazine, Energetica. So I think over the last 12 years, we've seen a lot of such platforms that have come and are curating a lot of good information, putting together all the magazines. So see, again, the best way to learn is from listening to your customers' problems. And even till date, I pick every single call, no matter it is saved in my phone or not.
Okay.
It is a general habit to answer every call, and there is a high chance 1 or 2 customers may call in a week or something. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or bad thing. It's okay for them to have access. I am also building process. You don't have to reach out to me. The problem should be resolved with the team. But in a growing company, we are also having issues. So we ensure that we are listening to the customer. So I think the best way to learn and to improvise is to work with your customer. They are the central part. And then just solar ka, like recently there was a change in Maharashtra. There was
Yes.
a ruling about kitna capacity aap choose kar sakte ho. It's resolved last night, by the way, which is a
Okay.
fantastic thing. But everything came to a standstill when some changes happened. Same thing happened in Kerala. They said above a certain kilowatt, you should have minimum this much storage. So that kind of customers started to make delays, right? So I think those are the times we work together with other industry players. We voice our opinions together. There are platforms where we can communicate with the state representatives and we connect and we get the problems resolved. Otherwise, I think we are very different as a company. We are not, I would say, too loud out there, but we are the top three country in the country. We are the top three in the rooftop solar in the residential play today. So that, and not being present in Gujarat and Rajasthan, we are the top three. So
Okay.
these are the biggest markets, and we don't have presence here. Yet we are in the top three. Are probably number one in AP, Telangana for sure, and many other states. So I think we learn with our own mistakes. So whatever mistakes we've made, we don't repeat them. We definitely follow a lot of the industry trends. We are in some of the other pertinent platforms like Bridge to India, so they have certain stake. They mention the rankings and all that stuff. But yeah, otherwise we just focus on problem solving, and not making the same mistakes. Yeah,
So all the sleepless nights you have spent, they are
paying off.
paying off. Yes.
Yeah.
So my last question actually, how do you think the platforms like Intersolar India are important?
So, see, Intersolar and such platforms are critical to bring all the stakeholders together onto one single platform. So, I think all the relevant parties are here to make the conversations. It may not be relevant necessarily for every EPC player, but here is where my vendors are. So, it is a great place to network, to have the conversation, to also see how you can make the product a little bit more innovative for the consumer to understand how do I pitch your product, right? Like sometimes people are doing great things with structures, with panels, or with cables, ACDB, DCDBs, but they don't communicate the value proposition. So these are some of the platforms when you hear them talk about the safety angle they take care, the pressure testing they do, what are the certifications they have. It builds me confidence that these are the right products I'm taking to the customer. So I think these platforms are going to be important, necessary to have these meaningful conversations. So yeah.
Okay. Any trends that you are particularly excited about, or you had a look at the conference and you saw
So everything
that
is
this
storage, BESS and
Okay.
storage. So I feel like that is the next wave, and I'm very, very interested in that because electric vehicle has already done that, right? Like the small storage, charging, battery replacements have come. Now at the solar home level and at a business level, if we can bring, because I think the other thing that will happen is time of day tariff. So let's say जैसे पहले हमारे टाइम पे होता था कि पानी बस 6 to 8 के टाइम पे आता है, तो then you're all focused on getting your water, all the buckets are filled, everything is ready till next day. Now let's say the same thing happens where the electricity unit rate is going to be the highest in the evening. Then you don't want to consume electricity from the grid. You will say I will make sure I have a battery storage, and जब cheap power मेरे को मिल रहा है, मुझे मिल रहा है, मैं जाके storage में fill करूँगी. And whenever it is the most expensive, the timer in the battery will be such that it will trigger the battery units and not the grid units. Right?
Correct.
I think that will be the disruption, and that will change even human psychology. When you can do it, when there is a solution, just adopt it, right? So I think those are the exciting things that I'm looking forward to. If there are any policy changes that will eventually make storage come, because problem is again not about solar, wind, all that is great, but grid infrastructure is not ready to take. Lot of curtailment happens, lot of units that are generated are wasted because वहाँ पे है ही नहीं scope to take and consume. So the load matching is very important. So some of these things are already happening. A lot of investment is happening. You and I may be looking at solar or renewables as a space, but there's a lot happening on grid infrastructure upgrades, load matching. Where are the gaps? Where should we look at storage at a larger scale? Even hydrogen technology for that matter, right? So some of these things are interesting for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, one message you would like to give to the young entrepreneurs who are looking forward to enter in this industry?
So this is the sunshine sector. This is here to stay for the next 30, 40, 50 years. So people who think now is the time where it is just a temporary thing, it is not a temporary thing. India is blessed with sunlight. So solar is going to continue to be a very, very important contributor to the energy. And with data centers, AI taking off, data centers today, the biggest bottleneck is energy. So the way you are going to solve for it is in a quick way, right? Like the biggest advantage with renewables and solar is that it's a faster turnaround time. So that is where I think it is going to continue to evolve. The business models may change, and it's very exciting sector from end to end, from manufacturing downstream to all the way upstream till financing, IPP, asset ownership, everything plus maintenance, right? The service aspect through and through is going to be very exciting time, and I would strongly recommend people to look at it and don't try to solve all the problems. If some entrepreneurs are looking, look at one problem statement, one key point, and solve for it, because that can be scaled and then you can learn to build other products around it or services. But focus on one small problem that can, get you the into the segment. But it's a great segment to work in, and I think people should consider it as a sector they want to stay for the next 20 years, 30 years if they enter.
Okay. I think this is a great suggestion for the viewers.
Yeah, thank you.
And this ends our conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much. Thanks.